Hi, this is the next edition of the BSIA The Voice podcast, and I'm delighted to have in the studio Nermina Webster, who is the Managing Director and founder of Crunch Mediation. So welcome, Nermina.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Tell us a bit about Crunch and tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm a solicitor and I have been for the last 18 years. I'm a strong believer of ADR, alternative dispute resolution, and mediations. So I've always tried to resolve issues without the need of going forward through the court system. So 2 years ago, Crunch Mediation was born, and it was established to help employers and employees to resolve any conflict that they may have in their workplace.
Right, fantastic. So what is the impact of mediation on employers and employees? Why is it beneficial to go down the mediation route rather than things going to court, for example?
Yeah, so obviously employers and employees will come across conflicts or issues, misunderstandings during their employment, and often what will happen is employees might have a grievance or something that they're not happy about, and the first port of call will be that they go to HR, where they are directed, for example, to grievance procedures. So straight away they're entered into a not very nice process because you feel like you're raising a grievance, your manager's going to know about this, other people in the company are going to know about it, and it can start to affect you and your well-being and how you are performing at work. And this is where mediation comes into place. So this comes in before that employee goes down a HR route of grievances. So employers will often have a process of a mediation process where employees, if they're not happy about something, will reach out to a mediator that the company has employed. It's usually an external person who will be serviced or contracted by the employer, but they're really to hear any employee of the business. And that employee can make that appointment with the mediator to talk through those issues, and the mediator will then try and resolve it rather than going down the grievance process. And then get me wrong, sometimes you might still go through mediation and might think, well, actually, I'm at a point now where I'm going to go
to the next level.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. So it might be that it goes down the grievance, but it will stop a lot of people going through employment tribunals. Because sometimes people will go through the grievance and they might think, well, I've not been heard here, and I'm going to
take it to the next level again.
Exactly,
yeah.
And they'll leave, or they might claim constructive dismissal, and then go down the employment tribunal route, which obviously is free for anybody to go down that route. It's not free for an employer.
As an employee.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yes, this is it. So if you're an employee, it's free for you to issue.
Yeah.
If you're an employer, then unfortunately it will cost you quite a lot, quite a few £1,000s to defend that claim, even if you haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
So it costs a lot of money. So why not offer mediation to your employees?
And also as well, it's not just the financial impact of it; it's the mental impact of it. You know, it's incredibly stressful to go through this for the employee and for the employer.
Exactly.
So if you can kind of do this at early stages,
yes,
as being a mediator, you're impartial.
Yes.
So you can hear both sides and you can give a really impartial, reflective view on maybe there's a miscommunication or they just needed a little bit of guidance, and that's where you are able to do your thing, I guess.
This is it, yeah. And you know, Liz, we are in the pandemic, mental health pandemic, aren't we? So it does, if you've got conflict, whether you're an employer, an employee, if there is a conflict there, it will affect you. It will affect your mental health state.
Yeah.
And if as an employer, as a business, a shareholder, you've got a process there where you have got a mediator that's available for your employees, whether they're board directors or a receptionist, for example, you've got that service there. and they can reach out to that service and speak to an independent person who can hear what their issues are, speak to the other person, and resolve it. And what I haven't mentioned yet is mediation is completely confidential. Mm-hmm. So what is said in the room stays in the room, so that employee is confident what they're saying is not going to go any further, and so is the employer. And the only things that will be released is with written consent, so anything that goes any further will be with that written consent.
There's also the impact as well. If it does go to the tribunal stage, it's not just the financial impact of the direct legal costs, it's the impact on the business, because these cases take weeks, months sometimes. And the impact on your business of having that hanging over you impacts your mental health, but also impacts your ability to do your job, because it's taking you out of the business.
It is.
So trying to get it sorted at the earliest possible stage cannot be highlighted enough.
No, exactly. And any person from HR listening to this will know that ACAS is a big believer in mediation. They are really pushing it. They are encouraging HR departments to have a mediation policy, so that issues do get resolved, so that they don't go further into employment tribunal stage. So it is something that really every business should consider now.
So let's talk about the big one. 1st of April.
Yes.
The Employment Rights Act came into being. This has really rocked employers. It's changed the dynamic of the employment process. How are you seeing it's impacting employers? You must be seeing a real impact from it.
So we've had this coming, haven't we, for some time now, and we are still in the implementation stage. So there's things that are happening this year going into 2017. The new Employment Rights Act is going to affect employers because it is expanding the workers' rights. So there are big changes coming our way. So if you are an employer, I'm sure that everyone has done their bit. So they had to follow all the guidance and update everything they've had to update. But I strongly believe that these expanded workers' rights will bring more issues to employers, where employees will bring those to their employer. They're not happy about something that's happening that's now giving them that right to complain about that there are issues in the business. So we are expecting a lot more conflict coming, and the employment tribunals and ACAS, they are preparing for more tribunal cases. And again, we need to do everything we can to stop these cases going to the employment tribe. Because employment tribunals are taking months. In fact, there's a colleague of mine that's currently working on an employment tribunal claim, and he's got a hearing in December 2027 as set. Wow. So it's quite a long time to wait.
And that's hanging over you.
It is.
You know, that's not good for anyone.
No, exactly.
You know, mentally, it must be very draining. So we are affinity. I say we. Crunch Mediation is an affinity partner with the BSIA, so it's great to be working with you.
Yes.
How do you feel that you can support our members?
Well, thank you very much for inviting us to become your affiliated partner. We are so excited, and we strongly believe that we can provide the service that we offer other companies out there, that all of your members can benefit as well. So what we can offer all of the members of BSIA is 10% on all mediation fees.
Fantastic.
So if you are a member, please contact us and quote the fact that you are a member, and we will make sure that that's noted on your instructions.
Fantastic. I'd hate to think that nobody is, or I'd like to think that nobody will be needing mediation services, but I think we know that it's going to get worse.
Yes.
And for your business, I'm hoping you're going to get lots of business. But yeah, it's just a reality now that we have to take on board that this service is going to be required more than ever, and we're fantastic that we're working with you. So thank you for coming on board. And thank you for joining us in the studio.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Brilliant, thanks.